All right, let's get right into it. Think of this not as some casual New Year's resolution, but as a real binding contract, a contract you make with your future self. It's a 30-day blueprint, and it's all about building a winning mindset from scratch.
So, can 30 days really change the next 30 years? I mean, that's a huge question, right? But the core idea we're exploring today says absolutely yes. But, and this is a big but, only if you're actually willing to do the work. The stakes are incredibly high.
And this really just sets the tone for everything we're about to cover. Greatness begins where excuses end. This isn't about finding motivation or feeling good. It's about doing what you said you were going to do. It's about taking full responsibility, and it starts today.
Okay, so let's dig into pillar number 1, the foundation of discipline. And you got to hear this. Discipline isn't supposed to be a punishment. Think of it more like the price of admission. It's the non-negotiable ticket you need to even get in the door of any real lasting change. It's the bedrock that everything else is built on. And this is probably the biggest trap we all fall into, right? We wait to feel motivated. But motivation, it comes and goes. It's totally unreliable. The real winning strategy is to build systems. These are the things you do no matter what, the reliable habits that drag you forward even on the days you have zero motivation.
And look at these steps. None of this is earth-shattering stuff, right? Wake up when you said you would. Read 10 pages. Move your body. These are small, daily promises. But here's the secret. The power isn't in reading 10 pages. The power is in keeping the promise you made to yourself. Every single time you do one of these, it's like casting a vote for the person you're trying to become.
And this is the real payoff. This is what it's all about. Every time you follow through, you're sending a message back to yourself that says, hey, I can trust me. And that internal trust, man, that is an absolute game changer. When you know deep down that you're a person who does what they say they'll do, you're basically unstoppable.
So we've got the foundation of discipline, the external stuff. But now we have to go inside. We have to talk about mastering that inner dialogue. Because honestly, all the discipline in the world won't matter if your own mind is secretly trying to sabotage you.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? You can't win if your inner voice keeps betting against you. Think about that. Your inner voice isn't just background noise. It's actively shaping your reality. If your own coach, your own corner man is telling you you're going to lose, well, the fight's over before the bell even rings. So let's look at the two scripts playing out in our heads. On one side, you've got the inner critic. You know, I'm not good enough, I always mess up. It's that voice of doubt. But on the other side, you've got the inner ally. And notice, the ally isn't saying things are easy. It says, this is hard, but I'm capable. The whole goal here is to consciously, deliberately choose to listen to and speak with the voice of the ally. So how do you actually do that? Well, here's the 4-step playbook. It's a very active process. You can't just wish the critic away. Step 1, the moment you hear it, you pause. Step 2, you actually question it. Is that even true? Step 3, you interrupt that old automatic negative thought. And step 4, you replace it on purpose with a declaration that moves you forward. You literally have to grab the microphone and become the narrator of your own story. All right, moving on to pillar 3. So we've worked on our daily actions and our inner voice. Now it's time to actually step into the arena and engage with the world. And when you do that, you have to be ready to face one absolute, unavoidable certainty. Yup, there it is. You will fail. Super blunt, I know, but it's 100% true. The path to a winning mindset isn't about avoiding failure. You have to go straight through it. So the real question is never if you're going to fail. It's always, how are you going to respond when you do? And this reframe is everything. Failure is not a verdict on who you are. It's not the world telling you you're a loser. It's just data. That's it. It's information. It's the world giving you feedback in real time so you can get stronger and smarter for your next attempt. Once you really get this, failure stops being scary and it actually becomes your best teacher. This brings up a huge question then. Where should we put our energy? Because let's be honest, so much of what happens in life is completely out of our hands. The key to a winning mindset is to stop wasting energy on the uncontrollables and pour 100% of your focus into what's inside your circle of power. And here's what that looks like in the real world. You can control the time you wake up. You control your effort and how much you prepare. You control how you talk to yourself, how you respond to things, and that choice between doing the hard thing or taking the easy way out. When you focus only on these things, you stop being a victim of your circumstances, and you become the person who's actually in charge. And that brings us to our fourth and final pillar, and this one is so important: curating your environment. You have to protect your mental space. Because here's the thing, none of us are islands. The people you spend your time with are constantly quietly shaping who you are, whether you notice it or not. So you really have to ask yourself this question and be honest about it. Who are your mindset multipliers? Are the people around you making your world feel bigger or smaller? Are they more interested in keeping you comfortable or in pushing you towards your real potential? And that's what a mindset multiplier is. They're the people who expand your vision, not shrink it. And I love this part. They are more committed to your potential than your comfort. They're the ones who pull you up and reinforce all the hard work you're doing on yourself. So what do you look for? Well, here's a handy checklist. They challenge you. They encourage your discipline. They hold you accountable. They talk about ideas and excellence. And check out that last one. They make you slightly uncomfortable in the best possible way. That's because they show you what's possible, and that's the kind of environment that just forces you to grow. And in the end, it all comes back to this one simple number: 30. 30 days. That's the length of your contract. You know, it's not a lifetime, but it's just long enough to lay the foundation for a whole new identity, if and only if you truly commit to that contract. So let's just do a quick recap of the whole blueprint. 4 pillars. They're simple, but they are definitely not easy. First, build that foundation of daily discipline. Second, become your own ally in that inner dialogue. Third, treat failure as data and focus only on what you can control. And fourth, surround yourself with those mindset multipliers. That's the path. And we're going to end on this one last question. Because this whole thing, it's not just a thought experiment. It's a real choice about the person you are actively becoming, day by day. Your future self is watching you right now. The next 30 days really could set the course for the next 30 years. So, what are you going to show it?